Smooth Jazz 92.7. There was Rick Braun with Christiane, kicking off our 9 a.m. commercial-free music hour. And ironically enough, sitting right next to me, the man, the trumpeter, the flute hornist, the singer, Mr. Rick Braun. Good morning, Rick.
Hi, Paul. How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
Good.
Good.
Got Jay manning the camera here.
Yes, indeed. We're videotaping to do the uplink on our video page on the website. Matter of fact, later today, folks, you can just click right on our video link at smoothjazz927.com to catch some of the great interviews, including with you right now.
Yes, so I'm glad I took my shower and groomed before I came in. There was an option there.
There always is in radio, but not anymore.
No.
Today's technology, Rick, it's unbelievable. Now, Rick, you are a mainstay here at the Berks Jazz Fest. How many years have you played at the fest?
I knew you were going to ask me that.
Did you think about that?
And I'm sure there are fans out there listening who actually know the answer to that, but sadly I don't. I know it's a lot of years, and I'm so glad for that. I mean, what did we have last year? There was an anniversary.
20th anniversary.
I haven't been involved in that many of them, but close.
Close to it, I'm sure. I'm sure. And playing in a lot of shows coming up this week. As a matter of fact, part of the All-Star Jazz Jam coming up on Thursday night, and then you'll be with Gerald Albright and friends.
Yes. Gerald Albright and friends. In fact, Wednesday night I'm going to be part of the Bebop show here, which I'm really excited about because Randy Brecker, one of my heroes, is going to be here, and Brian Bromberg and Philippe. You know, it's just going to be, and of course Chuck Love. So you know, I mean, the Berks has evolved into the, as far as I'm concerned, the jazz festival to go to in the country, and for that fact in the world, because it's you know, got 2 weekends packed with how many venues and how many artists doing so many different things, and it's one of the few festivals around that is exclusively jazz oriented. I mean, most of the big festivals, including the Montreux Jazz Festival, is turned into a pop and R&B festival. So it's a real tribute to, you know, the fans around this area, and of course the listeners to your wonderful station. And it's also a tribute to the community spirit that I remember growing up here, that people want to come together and help a good cause. Gosh, we couldn't be doing this festival without all the volunteers. You know,
hundreds of volunteers that come out and spend hours upon hours, and you see the same faces every year.
Absolutely, and I love that. I mean, and this is not just like easy volunteer work. I mean, there are people picking up artists at 4 and 5 in the morning, making that trip down through, sometimes through rush hour. And, you know what I mean? It takes a lot of devotion to do that.
Really does, really does. And this Sunday afternoon at 3 o'clock at the Miller Center for the Arts, Rick, you're going to be premiering a new project. Tell us about this wonderful new standards. Well, what's the new album going to be called?
Well, you know, we're still working on the title.
Okay.
But I think one of the important things, it was going to be called Lucky to Be Me, because it's named after a Leonard Bernstein song that we covered. It's a beautiful song that was recorded by Blossom Deering. But the fact is, I'm singing on every song. And so we might have the title turn into Rick Braun Sings, which is, Chet Baker put out a record called Chet Baker Sings when he made the transition from playing trumpet to singing. But, you know, that either Rick Braun Sings or Lucky to Be Me. It's coming out June 21st on Mack Avenue. And, oh gosh, I mean, I had so much fun. I ran into you last night, Jay, and you helped me carry my bags into the hotel, and I thank you for that. So then we hung out in my brother's car. Let me use his car, and we listened to some of the tracks. And I was, you know, I'm always nervous when I play a new project.
I could tell you're a little tense.
But you guys...
it was unbelievable, Rick. It was absolutely outstanding.
Well,
I mean, you had the help of a good friend, too, do the arranging and producing for the album.
Philippe Sace really just came through. I love him dearly, and he is such a genius. And I don't use that word lightly. I mean, I really don't, because I've worked with so many people, so many great people. But Philippe, the depth of his talent is amazing. You know, people might not know this about Philippe, but he did some of the arrangements for the Rod Stewart Songbook CD, the original one. And on my CD, he did all the arranging, he did all the production, he did all of the piano playing, And to my surprise, I came in one day and there's an up-tempo song that was that we recorded called "It's Love." And I walked into the studio and there is Philippe with 4 mallets in his hand playing a vibraphone solo. And I thought to myself, all right, what else is he going to do?
Stand on his head and spit wooden nickels. My God, he does everything.
And as it turns out, at Berkeley, where he went to school, he was one of Gary Burton's premier vibraphone students, and Gary was actually upset that he didn't go on
Pursue that.
and switch to piano, which of course he plays brilliantly.
Oh,
as
yeah.
well.
I never knew that. Holy cow.
There's so much about Philippe that I'm discovering on it, and we recorded. The record is me singing and playing, much like Chet Baker did, but of course in my own style. Beautiful standards, and we picked songs that were, first of all, melodically incredible, and secondly, we didn't want to go down that road of melancholy.
Yes.
We wanted to make it a romantic, classy, beautiful record that has a positive message. So yes, it's love songs, but it's not I just got out of jail. I can't.
After beating my dog.
Yeah, beat my dog, picked up drugs, done all messed up, and Mama just don't have the bail money.
That's right. It's a good feeling album, and that's for sure. And the tracks that you played us in your brother's car last night gave Jay goosebumps, and my mouth was hanging open. I was hanging on every note of not only your singing, but the beautiful orchestral arrangement for Philippe.
Well, we started the record, and of course I can play trumpet very well in certain, in certain keys. I'm better than others.
Okay.
It's just the way the instrument lays.
Mm-hmm.
And I can only, you have to pick the right key for singing.
Sure.
And it's real interesting because we started to record, we started working on the record, and I picked the vocal keys, and then I tried to play trumpet on those keys, and it wouldn't work.
Uh-oh.
It was just so awkward to play. So then I said, Philippe, I'm so sorry, man. We have to work on this. And he took the challenge, and the transitions from one key area to another have become some of my favorite parts of the song.
Oh, nice.
We recorded, we have a 52-piece orchestra. The orchestra was in Prague, and we recorded them using this technology over the internet. We had direct communication with the conductor in his headset, and he spoke English, but the rest of the orchestra was there. We were in a studio in Los Angeles by the airport communicating with Prague in real time while they were rehearsing and recording the record, and then they sent us the files, and Philippe picked the best performances, put them together, and
incredible.
It's really incredible. Really incredible.
A Skyped record, basically.
Not a good title, though. Skype
No,
is
I
not
don't
a
like
good-
that either.
No,
No, I like Rick Braun sings. Well, what's the release date on this again?
It's June 21st.
21st.
And I think there are still some tickets left. It's at, what's the venue? It's the
Miller Center for the Arts.
The Miller Center for the Arts.
Yep.
And it's a beautiful venue. It's a small performing arts center. I'll be performing with the Reading Pops Orchestra.
Yes.
And some very, very fine musicians here in Reading. So I'm very excited about it. And, if you want to come down and hear the world premiere, because we're going to perform the whole record ahead of the release. So this is the chance to hear a world premiere of this record. I'm very excited about it.
That's this Sunday, April 3rd, 3 o'clock. It's Sunday with the Pops with Rick Braun and the Reading Pops Orchestra. There are a few remaining tickets for the Miller Center for the Arts. Again, you can link up, order online at Ticketmaster, right there at smoothjazz927.com. Now, what else is in the works for this year? You're going to be a busy man.
I am. I've already been to London and back. I've been on the Smooth Jazz cruise for 2 weeks. I was in Orlando and back, and now I'm here. Then I go back to Los Angeles, and then a few days back, and then I go out to Atlanta. So it's been a good year for me, and I miss the family, but it's been a great year so far.
Well, good. Well, good. Ladies and gentlemen, live right here with us from the 21st Annual Boscov's Birch Jazz Fest, Mr. Rick Braun. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Rick. Appreciate it, buddy.
Thank you, Paul.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Come on out and see Rick. He's going to be in a plethora of shows. The 21st Annual Berks All-Star Jazz Jam this coming Thursday, night before, tomorrow night with Chuck Loeb and friends for the bebop sessions. Also joining Gerald Albright and friends too this Friday. And then Sunday, the Reading Pops Orchestra, the debut, the premiere of his brand new album, You Can Catch It Live at the Miller Center for the Arts. And once again, all the information is always 24/7 right there on the website, smoothjazz927.com. Let's get back to our 9 a.m. commercial-free music hour right now with Rick Braun live at the 21st Annual Boscov's Berks Jazz Fest. Paul Scott on Smooth Jazz 92.7.